Okay, scores from our trip up to Best of the West. That was a good show. It was a really good show. We had a lot of fun up there hanging out with our buds. The rumor has it that they may be changing venues next year, so I don't know if that's going to mess up their times. But they did say that IPMS Las Vegas chapter said they will stay in touch with us and everybody else that follows them on Facebook and everything. That they will let folks know well ahead of time what's going to be going on, all that stuff. So. Um, Scores we got there. We got this guy, this pickup truck here, the 1977 Street Broad pickup. I like this kit. I really like this kit a lot. And I'm going to show you some other stuff that we got that kind of goes with this kit. But I'm hoping I can finish that Street Machine group build I had promised Jason last year for the Blue Ox Street Machine group build that's actually going on now. Picked up this guy here, the Revell 70, what was this, 396? 70 something. It's a 69. But yeah, I picked this guy up here. Something about this was calling to me. I couldn't resist getting it. And I talked to a couple of friends and they were like, oh, that's actually a really good kit. So good score. So that, that feels good. Every time we go to a swap meet or whatever, there's always that one kit that just makes me so excited about being part of the model world. And this is the kit. I was actually in the middle of dealing with another vendor and then saw out of the corner of my eye the guy next to me take this off the stack, look at it, and put it back and walk away. So I walked away from the first vendor to go over to the second vendor, buy this kit, and then come back over and finish my deal with the first vendor. Yeah, that was rude, but he understood, so it was all good. But I picked up this dude. Been looking for this kit for a long time, so I finally found it at a good price. So threw some money down on that, and that's now happily part of the stash. Our good friend Mike from Casa Grande, you might know him as Casa Grande Mike, was winning like a bandit over at the raffle tables. And came back to me later in the day. He's like, I got this today. I don't know what to do with it. You can have it if you want to. So I was like, sure, I like that. It's a 1/32 scale, 32 Ford. I saw a few folks build this in the small scale group build last year. So I thought, yeah, I've been wanting one of those. Awesome, thanks, Mike. And now we got a couple of airplanes. Oh, yeah, I know, airplanes, right? Well, anyway, I've always liked this one, the Wildcat. There we go, little Wildcat kit there from Hasegawa. And then this guy I've been looking for 25 years. This is actually the first kit I bought at the show. Been looking for this one for about 25 years. The Accurate Miniatures TBF IC Avenger. Oh, this is great. Check out the box art on the back there. That's a great photograph. And I'm like, that's so nice. I might just frame that and not even have to worry about building the kit. I'll just do that right there. Very, very affordable prices on a lot of that stuff. So that was very, very, very welcome, I should say. So yeah, all right, we'll get on to the next bit here. So while we were in Massachusetts visiting with Mr. Charlie Mack and also Jason and Heather from Blue Ox Model Shop, we were also hanging out with Jeff from Jeff's Model Car Garage and his lovely wife, Patty. And while we were there, Jeff pulled me aside and goes, hey, I got something out in the car for you. Let's go take a look at it. So we go out there and he's like, this is your Christmas present. I just forgot to mail it to you. A lot. So, okay, cool. No problem. 5 months is like actually on par with my mailing schedule. So he gifted us this guy here. He thought we would really like that one, which we absolutely do. So thank you, Jeff. And then he also gifted us this one here, this Range Rover kit. And this is really heavy. I'm like, hopefully there's not a ferret in here because I haven't opened this kit up yet, but I'm like, he's like, set this aside. We got some plans for this. We're like, oh, okay, yeah, no problem there. So thank you for those, my friend. And then also he was giving out some shop cards. So I don't know if this is an official card or not, but here's one for old Pappy, another good friend of ours. We were just on the phone with him for a couple hours yesterday. And then of course Jeff's new official shop card there. And then, love it. As a matter of fact, I have this as my contact picture for him in my phone. So, so there's that. And then also, you gotta love the fact that a ferret knows how to use an airbrush better than Jeff does. That's pretty sweet. So there's that. And then I got one give me one for Charlie Mack, which I'm not going to show. So we'll just, yeah, let's, I don't even know if that's going to go in the binder of fame, that one. But yeah, we had a really good time visiting with those folks, and we never really did a recap video on anything like that. We just did we didn't even do a stash ad video because all the stuff showed up here a couple days ago. So we're kind of going through it still. Our good friend Tim Ryan was out there hanging out with us when we were over at Jason and Heather's house for dinner. And he gifted us this big bag of parts right here. We got 2 nearly complete kits of that street machine pickup. So that's the street machine pickup there, but this one is the Billy Carter pickup truck. So I snuck this back home in my suitcase. It did not, I mean, these were rebuilders in the first place, but there's a few broken pieces in here because stuff shifted in the suitcase. And I was watching them load the suitcases, because, you know, when you're sitting on the plane, you can look out the window, right? I was watching them manhandle our suitcases, and I was like, oh, yeah, oh, my China vase, oh no. But we'll show you more stuff here in just a second. So when we were in Massachusetts, Maine, and New Hampshire, we stopped at several hobby stops in the area, along with yarn shops. More yarn shops than hobby shops. It's okay. I had fun anyway. But a lot of friends were suggesting places to stop in at. So we took their advice and did that, and they were not wrong about a single one of them. So thank you all for the suggestions of where to shop at. That was great. I did not get a chance to stop in at Hobby Emporium in Massachusetts. I love that shop. I like hanging out with Brian, who usually works the counter there. But it just wasn't in our plans, and it was a little out of the way for the travels that we had planned. So maybe next time. Fingers crossed next time. So first place we went to was Hobby Quarter. I think it's Hobby Quarters in Foxboro, and they're primarily RC. So they had RC cars, RC planes, helicopters. I mean, everything RC was there. Then they had some models to check out as well. So it was really cool because they had stuff on the shelf for models that we don't normally see. So that was a lot more fun for me. They had these little Bandai kits. They look like they're repop from older versions of stuff. And they're really cool. They're like mechanized mobile suit type of things. And I'm thinking, wouldn't it be cool to paint these up to look like construction vehicles? So that was kind of like the idea behind there. Mrs. BG really fell in love with those. So we each got 2 for our own personal collection. She has a collection. I have a stash. But yeah, so those guys there. And then she absolutely loves this car. So when we found this on the shelf for a very reasonable price, we picked this dude up. That's the 1/16 scale BMW Isetta, and that's going in her collection. So she was excited about that. We also went over to Harry's Hobbies, which was like literally not too far from Charlie Mack's house. So we actually stopped there on our way over to Charlie's house. But they had this on the shelf. I hadn't seen this in the stores before. So they had this Rodimus Prime kit from Transformers series by Flame Toys. So that was cool to see there. And I also grabbed this guy, which I've been looking for forever. Just not seeing them here in the stores on this side of the country. So we were like, sure, fine. There's room in the suitcase. Let's go ahead. Let's do it. And then we were hanging out with Jason and Heather at their place. We had we had dinner there. They did a little model show, him and Tim Ryan. And Jason had picked this up for us at NNL East. And I was very grateful for that. We paid him back on that one there. And now that's happily part of our stash. So welcome, police car. And then it was Jason was telling Linda, he was like, one of the good places to go to for model kits in that region is a place called Reny's, and it's spelled R-E-N-Y-S. And he's like, you won't be disappointed. You'll find something there you like. And he was not wrong. We actually popped into one. I do not recall the name of the town. It's not pronounced the way it's spelled. So it is what it is. But found this kit here for I think $17.99. Yeah, $17.99. That was their sticker price, and I was quite shocked by that. And then they also had this dude, so I was like, man, are you serious? And this one here actually has a price on it of $21.99. That's a really good price for these kits. And even with that Hobby Lobby coupon, it comes into be about the same, I think. So I didn't even bother to ask, how are you able to sell these at this price? I was like, just take my money. Don't Don't go online, please. But got those guys, and the thing is, I wouldn't have gotten those model kits if it wasn't for the fact that they had such good prices on them. So maybe people's stashes would be a little better if model car prices were a little bit better. You can argue that point, or you can support that point, however you want to. We also went into a place called, I have to look at my tag here. It's Ray and Robin's Hobby Center, and that was suggested to us by Mike over at Mike's Mods and Customs, because apparently that was his old stomping grounds. He's like, you got to check out that store. So we did. One of the stores that actually had stairs leading down, and they had apparently a full basement in the store. We never got a chance to go down and check it out, but they have apparently an RC track downstairs. That's cool, right? I wanted to go down there, but we were pressed for time. So we went in, toured the store, checked it out. Great place. Walked home with this one. Walked out. I didn't walk. If I was walking home, I'd still be on my way. But got this guy right here. Again, I took two Porsches out of the stash for the Porsche group build, so I got to put 2 Porsches back in. That's how that works, apparently. So happy to find that one, because I've always liked that livery for that particular car. And then when we were at Jason's house, Tim was there, and he had some stuff for me, and this is really cool. He knows I like helicopters, so he brought a couple of helicopter kits, and I got to pick whichever one I wanted. And I've always loved this particular helicopter here, and I was just like, man, it's in the Marine Corps too, so that's even better. And I love the fact that it's pulling the actual capsule out of the ocean there for recovery. So that is really cool. Unfortunately, it does not come with the capsule, which would be really neat. But having this helicopter at 1/48 scale, I'm really happy about that, because I've built the 1/72 scale before, and it's just a little on the small side, but because helicopters are a bit on the small side anyways. But yeah, having a 1/48 scale, that one is awesome. And then speaking of big scale stuff, he was like, I know you like P38 Lightnings, right? And I said, yeah. He goes, okay, I got something for you. How about this? And this is a 1/32 scale P38 Lightning J. And I'm like, dude, seriously? He goes, yeah, I'm not going to build it. I picked it up for cheap. I'm not going to build it. And I'm like, really? Okay, great. So I showed it to Linda, and she was like, really? And I was like, what? She goes, what about the space in the suitcase? And Jason goes, don't worry, I'll mail home anything that doesn't fit in your suitcase. So we're like, okay. So the damages were being done. So there's that. And then one last thing here is something that Jason gifted us, which is I actually I love this, but I also find it kind of funny at the same time, because I'm a big fan of Back to the Future cars, the DeLoreans, and I'm a big fan of DeLoreans in general. But I think this is more to the point that I haven't hit a group build deadline in like 2 years, so I think that might be kind of a joke on that. And just looking at the back of this just now, I realized that there's actually the stickers for the year of the movie and the month. So that's pretty awesome. So Jason and Heather, thank you for that. That is really cool. And that is going to be that. Sorry for taking so long. I wanted to tell you everything we got. It was a lot of cool stuff. We also got one last thing from our good friend Tim Ryan. It was a personal gift from him to me, but we're going to do a separate video on that, because it deserves its own video, and we'll do that following up here pretty soon. So y'all take it easy. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for the subscriptions. And if you are a new subscriber to the channel, welcome. We hope you enjoy what we do here. We have done some videos in the past that were a little off the wall for what we normally do here, like the Mandalorian and the egg plane stuff. But we're getting back into the car thing now. So it was just some housekeeping that we had to do. Y'all take it easy, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.